G'day, my name's Matt McLean and I'm Reserve Manager at Reedy Creek Reserve on the Discovery Coast of Queensland between Bundaberg and Gladstone. Today we're going to have a look at one of the key features of the reserve, the beautiful Reedy Creek itself. So let's go and have a look. So here we are, we're starting to get into the creek line proper now. Up to the east is the high sand dunes driven by the ocean, which is only a kilometre or so away. Any rainfall that falls out on that side seeps into the white sands and travels westward through the reserve until it gets to this low point here with continental rock out the back and forms this aquifer that is driving this amazing growth in here. So different from just out where we were before. And you can see this clear line of paperbarks growing through here. That really delineates the start of the groundwater that drives the whole show. This fern is Bung War Fern. It's a really critical feature of the landscape here. In pre-European times it would have provided a serious slice of the starchy diet requirements of Aboriginal people that were living in this area. And it's also critical over the time for the build-up of the peaty soils that here in the creek line that combine with the water to drive the amazing growth that we see in here. So that is a really key feature of the creek. This is a cheese fruit tree. They seem to be very popular with moths and butterflies. In late September, October, November, we get a seasonal visitor here called a blue tiger butterfly. And early this year was a bumper crop for these blue butterflies, and there was countless numbers hanging off these cheese fruit trees. You'd walk in here and as you approach these trees, just butterflies would drop and fill the air around you. It was a special time, so got my fingers crossed for another bumper crop this year. So see you around Christmas time for that. This is a climbing Maidenhair Fern. It's a native through Southeast Asia and tropical Australia. It's one of my favourites just for the way that it lends that soft green feel to the creek line in here that is so different to the woodlands and the grasslands that are occurring 100 metres either side of us. It's great stuff. So here's a piece of Bung War Fern, and if you look closely you can see along the spine of the fern here there's probably 40 little baby moths hanging out in here. I've seen quite a few as I've been walking through today. Wow. Well, this is a Liverstonia palm. They occur as we travel further west through the creek line and we start getting to some different soil types. They're a beautiful thing. Some of them in here are 30 metres tall. So here you can see the boardwalks that make up the Paperbark trail. Everything lugged in here by hand. All looks pretty tame at the moment, but through the summer months water would be lapping at these boards and also at these stepping stones that we created to get across the main creek line itself. So as you can imagine, it's a bit of a challenge to build a walking trail in a swamp. And this is the concept that we came up to get people through the main drainage lines, a series of stepping stones. In the summer wet season, these are just poking out of the water. It's a sight to behold. So as a reserve manager, I undertake quite a few tasks that are aimed at protecting the area. I do a lot of work around invasive weeds that threaten the ecosystem through here. And another key plank of the management plan is controlling late season damaging fires. We do that by a rotational system of cool season, cool burns, aiming for a nice patchy burn. You can see through that side it's all quite clear. So on this side of the track, which is slated to burn in the next round of burning, you can see there's much more fuel available there for fires.